Hey, what's going on YouTube? Alabama Reloader here. Just wanted to do a kind of like a product review, I guess. Essentially is what this is going to be. Should be a pretty short video though. So what you're looking at is the Caldwell Lead Sled 3, and that's the Ruger American Ranch Rifle, the 450 Bushmaster. So that's what's kind of sitting in there hanging out right now. But so I had a shooting rest that I've used for the past couple of years. It was the Guide Gear shooting rest that you can buy from Sportsman's Guide. I've used it for a couple of years. Really liked it. Pretty inexpensive. It did okay. It did good enough. But I left it in the back of my truck. Left the tailgate down one day after I got back from the shooting range, and then left, drove somewhere. I think I went to the gym or something, and next thing I know, I got back home after that, and no more shooting rest. So somewhere along the way, it fell out of the back of my truck, and I went back, drove the area, and it was nowhere to be found. So I had to get another one, and I figured, might as well give this one a shot, see how it performs. And so this past weekend was the first time I was able to use it, and I gotta say, it's not that bad of a shooting rest. I like it. I do like the fact that this piece right here, right back here where the butt of the rifle goes, I do like how sturdy that is compared to, obviously I'm not trying to really make an apples to apples comparison to the Guide Gear version, since it is much cheaper, and the way they secure the buttstock of the rifle into that shooting rest is basically just a piece of it's like fake leather basically that the rifle sort of sits into. And if you have any type of high recoil rifle, I mean something that is something like a 30-06, which is not even really that high of a recoil, it can wear that thing out and basically tear the threads on it to where it just rips and falls apart. That's what happened to my dad's. He had the exact same Guide Gear version shooting rest that I did, and that was part of his issue, shooting a 30-06 in it, and it basically tore the threads out of what held the butt of the gun. So I like the way that's set up. A good bit of padding back there on that, so it's got a thick gray pad right where the butt of the rifle sits in, and then pretty much you've got your weight tray. You've got your weight tray sitting right here, which is also adjustable. So basically you loosen a couple of wing nuts. You got one here, one on the other side. You can loosen those up, and then this will actually slide back. So that way, I think it's advertised on the box as far as like putting a plate. If you work out at the gym, you kind of know what a plate is. It's like 45 pounds or 35 pounds, whatever pound, whatever weight you want to put up there. But essentially, I think that's what the picture was on the box whenever I got it. They had that sitting in there. What I did, I went and bought a 25-pound bag of lead shot, like you'd use in shotgun loading. So that's what I use. Probably going to get another one of those. So that way I have 50 pounds. I'll just throw that on there. 25 pounds handles everything fine. No big issues or concerns there. So that's what I do. I just throw my 25-pound bag of shot right there on the weight tray, and it works really good. One thing I like about this setup on this shooting rest is this adjustability here. So you've got your elevation adjustment. That way you can basically set this thing up on your bench that you're shooting off of, and then you loosen this piece here, and then you're able to adjust. The adjustment is very smooth. You adjust up or down however you need to do it, and that's just a huge benefit. Whenever you're trying to really shoot decent groups and the repeatability of the shot placement and the point of aim. that's huge when you're reloading and going for the accuracy of the groups, not necessarily just, you know, velocity or anything like that. I mean, if you're actually trying to dial it in and test your loads to shoot really tight groups, you're going to need something that's pretty stable, which this rest is. So, of course, I've only used it once, but I don't really see any issues with it moving forward. So that's it. Pretty short and sweet on this one. It's the Caldwell Lead Sled 3. I really like it. Yeah, don't really have any issues or concerns. It feels very well made. I think it'll definitely hold up for obviously what I'm going to be doing, just using it as a shooting rest. I don't see why it wouldn't hold up. So yeah, seems pretty good on the fit and finish and the overall quality of all the parts. Everything seems pretty good. Everything fit together really well. That is one thing I will mention though, is when I opened this thing up and started to assemble it, the directions freaking suck. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. The directions are terrible. But if you've got any type of mechanical mindset to you, I mean, you can follow them, but basically it's pretty much everything is just sentences of, hey, do this to this, do this to this. There's not really any photographs, any pictures, any illustrations to go along with the installation, which isn't really that big of a deal. But it would just be a little, you know, kind of be a little beneficial if they would throw that in there for maybe people that, you know, aren't used to putting things together or assembly work or anything like that. So, but that's it. So there you go. If you need a shooting rest, definitely give this one a shot. I think you can find these reasonably cheap. I can't even remember what I paid for it now, but it might have been $100, maybe. That might be pushing. I'll have to go back and double check. But I found it on Amazon. So there you go. And that is it. So, all right, guys. Hope y'all have a good one. And there you go. If you're interested in a shooting rest, you know, might as well give the Caldwell Lead Sled. I know they've got an entire Lead Sled series. So this is the version 3. So there you go. Y'all have a good one.